It's Tuesday, it's 6:30 in the UK. Welcome to AI Run Thrive with Stephen, where we talk about artificial intelligence, running and thriving on social media. News about that later. I've got a new show coming up in relation to that. If you're listening on Royston Radio, and this is Royston Radio, let's just come over here, and if I click that button, it's now showing Royston Radio on the screen. It's also showing TikTok Live, the perfect platform. And this is AI Run Thrive with Stephen, episode 12. This is the 12th week. Celebrations are in order, I think. We're talking tonight about AI, about running and thriving. And it may not necessarily be in that order. And as you know, if you're listening on Royston Radio, for the first couple of minutes, I have nobody with me. I'm broadcasting live on TikTok. We should be joined by people on TikTok shortly, and we'll say hello to them as they actually join us. But for the moment, it's pretty quiet in here. It's just me, and it's something you've got to get used to. When you're actually broadcasting, when you broadcast on YouTube, these days, very few people watch live. We all watch video that's recorded. Okay, because we're used to going on Netflix, we're used to going on Prime Video, and when we want to watch something, we just bring it up on screen and play it. I watched a Dan Brown movie the other day. That's Patrick, and Patrick, thank you for joining. I watched a Dan Brown movie. Basically, I watch movies in episodes, so it will take me sort of 4 evenings to actually watch a film, which is fine. It means I can hold the plot for 4 days. And obviously, if the weekend falls in between, but every night before, I mean, this way of switching off is to actually just escape into a video. And we've got so many videos we can actually watch. Yeah? Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom I was watching as well. Absolutely brilliant. And we say hello to Patrick, hello to I Am Bojo, welcome and welcome back. I think I recognise that. I'm starting to recognise names now. And Mickey, welcome. And I'm going to say hi, welcome back. We're just getting going. Things are live on TikTok Live. People are coming in. And thank you for coming and joining. You're watching Stephen live from Devices in Wiltshire. And today we're talking about AI, about running and thriving. Now, for the last 5 months, I have had an adventure. And that adventure has been into AI video, and specifically video avatars. And the system I've been using is HeyGen. Just a second. Just let me spell this properly. Okay, so HeyGen, that's the system I've been using, and basically HeyGen is video avatars, and what you can do is you can record a 2.5-minute video, and it will then create an avatar. And that avatar is you, because it's taken from the video. In addition to that, they also take your voice from the video as well. Now, the thing that I've discovered on my journey with AI, because what I do, I get the video, then I post it on Facebook and on YouTube, everywhere. And my friends on Facebook said, well, that's a video avatar. We can tell because of the voice. So I thought, well, yeah, it's a computer-generated voice. And whilst they're getting better, they are not by no means perfect. If you know the person involved, then it didn't sound like me, because an avatar voice has no emotion. That's how you can tell you're actually watching an avatar. There is no emotion. The second telltale sign that you're watching in an avatar is that there are hand movements which are not natural. Yeah, hand movements give a maximum hello. Hand movements give a video avatar away, because you can tell because of the way the hands are moving. It's like being a puppet and your hands are being moved by unseen strings, which means that when you come to a video avatar, you can tell, yeah, just by looking. You can't tell from the face. The face is good. The lip sync is top notch. So they don't give away, but the voice does, and the voice has no emotion with an avatar. So what I've done is I train people how to use live video, much like we're doing today. And I've recorded the video of the software on the screen, okay, with me talking. And then when I get to, before I put it on the Udemy, basically what I do is I put my video avatar in there. And instead of me saying the words, because the thing is, when you're on screen, you don't always look at the camera. You might be looking somewhere else. You're not always staring straight into the camera. Whereas a video avatar stays in one place and looks directly at the camera all the time. And that means that if you're watching a video with an avatar in it, okay, then they are going to be, yeah, they're not going to move. They will not move. They will not stand up and dance and run around the room. They will not move. Which means that you can concentrate on what's been taught. You can ignore the avatar. We've tried this out. You ignore the avatar and you actually watch the main screen. And you actually learn more because it's a video avatar, because you're not distracted by the person who's narrating. Okay, well, let's catch up. We'll say hello to Jose, to Blue Spirit, to Maxime, to FRF, Divine Grace, Glory, welcome, and Manfred. Thank you all for joining. I do appreciate you spending some time with me today. And if you're listening on Royston Radio, thank you. Oh, by the way, on Royston Radio, shout out to Fons Chamberlain, Director of Royston Radio. Fons, I hope everything's going well. And I look forward to chatting to you. I think next week we're back on air, because this show is syndicated to Royston Radio. Say hello to Natalie. Natalie, hello. Empowered Extend, hello, and thank you for stopping by. Thank you for staying for a moment. And Empowered is saying, hey, Stephen, thank you very much. I'd love one day to be able to show the comments on the screen. Yeah. So I've been exploring video avatars and I'm very impressed. Yeah, because when you can put a video avatar into a training video, people are concentrating on the content of the video, not on you. You're not detracting from the main purpose of creating a video about anything. I mean, I've decided, breaking news, I've decided I'm enjoying, and Corinda is Empowered Extend. You can't use BeLive TV as Bob. I'm talking to Empowered, who is Corinda. You've got different names in different places, Corinda. It does get confusing. I wish you could use BeLive TV. Basically, as far as TikTok is concerned, broadcasting on TikTok, you can use Restream to broadcast on TikTok, but you need to be approved. Or, as I'm doing now, and I've been doing for the last 12 weeks, you can use TikTok Live Studio. Just download it to your PC, sign in with your TikTok credentials and apply, and you can be broadcasting on TikTok pretty quickly. Yeah, I mean, I wish systems could do everything, but they can't. There are reasons why it's not available, and the thing is that I can see your comments in here. I can do a host of things that I couldn't do. Trend Shop, hello, bonjour. I can do a host of things with this studio that I couldn't do. Yeah, because I can send out flares. Right, when I've been broadcasting for 30 minutes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out a flare. And as a broadcaster, I can send out a flare anytime in the broadcast. The way you earn flares is basic, simple. You broadcast on TikTok Live. And when you do a broadcast and people come and watch, you get a flare. Or you maybe get 2 flares. It's the broadcasting on TikTok is gamified. Now, it's not just for gamers, it's for everybody. When I go live, I get diamonds for actually broadcasting for a certain length of time. It's been suggested I broadcast for 900 minutes. I did 30 minutes yesterday in my practice. I'm doing 60 minutes today. So I'll broadcast for 10 minutes tomorrow. Then I get diamonds for broadcasting on 2 consecutive days. So I've done that because I broadcast yesterday and I'm broadcasting today. So like insider and a list. So like insider and a list. Yeah, diamonds are a reward system, and basically you earn diamonds as you go along. And no, this is totally different to Amazon. Amazon, I do use Be Live to broadcast to Amazon. I was live on Amazon.com this afternoon, marketing. I was selling microphones and cameras and green screens, and of course, oh, it's on charge. One of the things about broadcasting is that it gives me an opportunity to plug in my mobile phone, my iPad and my Garmin and recharge them, because they're not going anywhere, they're not in use. So I've got things recharging at the moment, but one of the things that's recharging is my Garmin, and therefore I can't, when I put my wrist up on screen now, I've no Garmin there because it's recharging. Can you do marketing on TikTok as well? Ask Brenda. Yes, you can. There is a TikTok shop, and you can do one of several things. One, you can get a brand to sponsor your live broadcast. Now, in that case, it would say sponsored by, and you can sell their items on commission whilst you're live. And that's that's the top level. So basically you can sell items that are in the TikTok shop, but you can get a brand to sponsor you at so much a show. Yeah, and that's probably the best way to do it. But in order to get a brand to sponsor you, you've got to show that you can actually do it, and you've got to bring in the numbers. Yeah, you've got to attract an audience, and you've got to be, well, you've got to have, we know about, basically we broadcast to entertain, educate and inform. You've got to do those, and you've got to be able to talk about product. I've got to be able to talk about, for example, for argument's sake, Samsung Galaxy S22. But so that's the first thing. Get a brand to sponsor you and sell their products. And the brand must probably be a Chinese brand. Okay. Kells, welcome. Right. The second way that you can sell product is, first of all, in order to sell product, you've got to have 1,000 followers. Yeah. Now I started with 43 followers. I've now got 2,700. So you've got to qualify. So I qualified to sell. I could open my own shop. I can sell items from TikTok. And if a brand approached me, I would say yes. There isn't a carousel. I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. You're ahead of me. Yeah, Corinda is saying, so is that how you get products on live, like in a carousel? When we broadcast on Amazon, Corinda and I, it's a carousel below the screen and people can see it. I'm not sure how it works. It's on my list of things to do as I explore TikTok and get to know more. I'm quite happy with the live studio setup now. And say hello to Sony. And Sony, if you want to sponsor me, then please do. And thank you to everybody who's watching live, and thank you to everybody on Royston Radio. My phone is charging. My Garmin is charging. Everything's charging. The second way, so the first way is to get a brand to sponsor you, and they will pay you an agreed amount per show. Once you've got the 1,000 followers, the second way is to have free products sent to you. And basically, if you go onto TikTok, onto the app, there are a list of products which are free, and the manufacturers will send them to you, and basically then you can sell them on the broadcast, and people can click a link on the screen and buy. Okay, that's the way that works. So free product, you don't have to buy anything. You can get the free product sent to you once approved, and you can sell those on the live show, and if anybody buys anything, then you get commission. And Corinne is saying, right, okay. The other thing you can do, which is the thing that we do on Amazon, is that you can buy the items yourself and then sell them. So you buy from the TikTok shop, pay the full price, and at certain times there are special promotions like buy this now, sell it, and once you started selling it, you'll get a refund, like a discount. Yeah. You've got to pay the price that's on TikTok. They will ship it to you, just a normal sale, and then when you start selling it, people start buying it, and TikTok are getting paid. Then they will refund what you paid for the item. So at the end of it, you end up with an item for free. Okay, because there's a limit. I mean, think of it from a practical point of view. If they send out thousands of items to people and nobody sends them back or sells them, then they're just giving things away. So buying it and getting money back is the way that I've seen it work. So free items you can get sent to you, though you've got to remember with free items that everybody gets the free items. Yeah. And 2 is to buy and get a refund, and 3 is to get your brand sponsored. The other way is to actually join a marketing group. And if you join a marketing group, then you get a bit like we've got on Amazon. You get support in your marketing to help you. Because the thing is that you can't just turn up one day. You can't just turn up one day and start selling. Question I want to ask: is TikTok number 1, then Amazon number 2, or is Amazon 1 and then TikTok 2 on the market list? Right, Amazon is the world's 3rd largest website. So anything after that has got to be further down. TikTok has got 1.2 billion users, I think. If I get the figures wrong, don't quote me. But Amazon.com, .co.uk, .de, .pl, there are Amazons all around the world, and they are the world's biggest marketer, online marketer. And so Amazon is number 1. Amazon is basically a place to make your day. We know people, Corinda, you and I, we know people who get sponsored shows on there. And that is the prime way of making money on Amazon, is to be sponsored. In addition to getting affiliate commission on the items you sell, you actually also get somebody to pay so much a show. Yeah, and that works well on Amazon. And I have friends who actually do that on a regular basis, and they earn more. They earn more from being a sponsored show than they do from the items that they sell. Yeah. And I am going to take a closer look at TikTok, and you can follow my journey, Corinda, and I will be hopefully becoming a TikTok reseller. Okay, when I go back, my good friend Marco Novo lives in Portugal, and he's in the know. He finds out everything first, and he tries it out. And 2.5 years ago, yes, you do know Marco, Corinda. 2.5 years ago, Marco said to me in February 2023, he said, you want to be on Amazon.com. I'm not going to speak too much about Amazon, but I will just say this, that he suggested, it took me 3 months to decide to go there. And I went there, David Burrows went there, Nick Wood went there, Grant Saunders went there, and we all started broadcasting on Amazon Live. Now I've come over to TikTok Live, and I know that Marco's on TikTok Live as well. So I'm hoping to bring people into TikTok now. Yeah, I still do my show on Amazon shows. I'm in a fortunate position. I can broadcast on Amazon whenever I like and TikTok whenever I like. At the moment, I'm doing 1 show on Amazon and 2 on TikTok, simply because I just appreciate TikTok's approach. I mean, the thing is, and over to Corinda again, I've never seen him on TikTok Live. I've seen him on Amazon Live and on TikTok. Marco told me all about TikTok Live. Marco told me how to go live on TikTok. On the app, if you're watching on the app, then in the search box, just type in Marco Novo and you should find him. Yeah, because he started it. Like all good things, Marco was the first to say. I mean, Marco's just the best when it comes to new things. He gets there first, he works it out, and then he tells us all about it. So if you on TikTok, Corinda, if you search for Marco, you'll find him. Marco lives in Portugal. He speaks Portuguese, Spanish, and English at least. He and I have broadcast together several times, and I just got an invitation to co-host, but I'm live at the moment, so I'm going to decline that. Okay, I will start co-hosting. Yeah, co-hosting is when two people co-host a show or more, and I've got to learn all about that yet. I'm to all intents and purposes, I enjoy broadcasting solo. Having said that, live video production week is coming up in May or June, I'm not sure, and that will be basically hello. That will be an opportunity to basically, I've got 5 friends in live broadcasting, and we will all be together on TikTok. That's the plan. We'll be everywhere. Jang, hello, and welcome, and welcome to everybody who's joining in. I'm just going to check the time at the moment, and it's 21:51, and Alexa, set timer 20 minutes.
Good evening, Stephen. 20 minutes, starting now.
Okay, now you might wonder, like Amazon Live, yeah. Correct, Corinda's saying like Amazon Live. I do have, however, an assistant in this live broadcast, and that is my good friend Alexa, and I split this broadcast into 3 sections of 20 minutes because it's an hour-long broadcast, so it can actually go on Royston Radio on Friday at 2 o'clock. So I've got to broadcast for an hour. I've got to fill the airspace. This is, normally they play music, but they play AI Run Thrive, and they also play Ask Angelica on Royston Radio. So shout out to Fons Chamberlain, who is a very good friend. And yeah, so, okay, so the Royston image is there. Let's just take that off and bring it back, just to show I can actually control my studio. Right, okay, now, as many of you know, if you've watched this program before, I'm into running, I'm into fitness, and I'm into park run. So park run gets a shout out from me. Last weekend was an initiative. Park run is not only about running. Yeah, park run is also about, let's take those off, come to me. Park run is also about walking, and last weekend was park walk, and basically everybody was invited to walk the 5 kilometre 3.1 mile course, and in their thousands people came out. A world record was set for people walking at park run, so congratulations to the team at park run. All right, okay, and now a question from Corinda. I believe the marathon was on Sunday. Was that a park run? Right, park run is 5 kilometres, 3.1 miles. That's over there, yeah. A marathon, I'm trying to get this the right way around. A marathon is 42 kilometres. So a marathon is 8 times longer than a park run. There are 8 park runs in a marathon. And the people who ran, well, another world record was set on Sunday because over 56,000 people did the London Marathon. Now, the London Marathon is such a special event. People train for it all year, and it does take a while, because if you're going to run 26 miles, and it was hot, Sunday was a brilliant day, wasn't it, Corinda? It was hot and sunny, and people running tended to do the first 13 miles reasonably fast and then slowed down the second 13 miles as it got warmer. And we say hello to welcome back. Yep. And Alan, welcome and thank you for joining the live broadcast here on TikTok Live. It is, just to show that I'm live, it is 18:55 in the UK, so we are live and we are talking about the marathon. So the marathon set a record. 56,000 people ran the marathon. Now, my partner Angelica ran the marathon in 2024. She completed it in 6 hours and 30 minutes, which is phenomenal. Yeah, so my partner Angelica did the marathon in 2024. Doing the marathon takes a lot out of you. It really does. It's not just, oh, I'll rest on the Monday and go to work on Tuesday. It takes a while, real time, to actually recover from a marathon and to get, basically, to get the desire back. Yeah, because after you've just run the most common longest distance, 26 miles, 385 yards, it takes a while. Psychologically is one, because you don't. The thing that people say when they finish a marathon is, favorite thing, I'm not doing that again. And that's your mindset. I've done it. I've done my marathon. I appreciate, and I'm not doing it again. I've done it. So you've got the mental hurdle. You've got the physical hurdle. If you've come through it unscathed, then basically your body still has to recover. And when you're training for the marathon, you increase the distance. 3 miles, 5 miles, 7 miles, 10, 15 miles, 17 miles. Most people do a 17-mile run as preparation for the marathon, because if you can do 17 miles, you can do 26. That's the theory. Yeah. Nobody runs a marathon to train for a marathon. Yeah. They reckon you do the 17 or even 20 miles, and then you're obviously fit by then, because to run 17 miles, incredible. So Angelica did all the training, got fit for the marathon, did the marathon in 6 hours 30 minutes, and then said, never again. The week before this marathon, 2025, the Sunday marathon, Angelica decided that she was going to enter the marathon for 2026. So ran 24, 25 watched on the television. We were both sat there on Sunday morning, watched the marathon, and Corinne's saying, I've seen people doing 100 miles. People do 100 miles, but that's the ultra, and this is not just a marathon. This is a very special marathon. There are 6 special marathons, and London is most certainly one of them. Not only was it London Marathon on Sunday, it was a Manchester Marathon as well on the same day. And I think 30,000 in Manchester, 56,000 in London. So Angelica decided that she would enter the draw for the marathon for 2026. Now, the way it works is basically anybody, and I mean anybody around the world, can apply to join the London Marathon 2026. It's an online application, and they need to know your email address, your name, and your date of birth. Those are the 3 things they ask for. And once you've completed that, right, okay, I'll come to your questions later. Once you've completed the form, if you're in the UK, there's one form. If you're abroad, there's a separate form. Okay. When you've completed that, you've got to wait until July to find out whether you're actually in the marathon or not. Yeah. And it's you forget about it, don't you? I mean, you apply to join the marathon, and then you forget about it in May and June, and then comes July, and you get the reminders that it's based. Oh, wait a minute. I'll come back to that in a second. We've got a very important duty to do now, and the timing's everything. So I'm going to go over here and scroll that down, and thank you, Corinda and Bajor, and I'm just going to send a flare. Okay, I've worked it out that if I send out my flare, which I'm going to do now, I'm just waiting for my flare to come up. When it does, you'll know. One of the beautiful things about, as I said earlier, you earn rewards by broadcasting, and one of those rewards is a flare, and I've got the flare now, and it's going to tell me that this flare expires tomorrow, so I'm going to use it and use it. Okay, I have a flare working, and that flare simply means that for the next 30 minutes, people who follow me, 2,700 people follow me, people who follow me will get notification that I am live and a request to join me. And people are coming in now, so thank you for joining. I'm talking about London Marathon. So London Marathon, you apply now, and you have until Friday to apply for London Marathon 2026. You can't apply after that. So if you were blown away by people running on Sunday on the BBC, and you decide you want to run a marathon, now's the time to do it. Now is the time to apply to the London Marathon to run in 2026. The only problem with applying is you get a reminder about July that everybody will start talking about it and saying, we'll find out soon. We find out soon whether we're in the marathon. There are 56,000 places for people in the London Marathon. 56,000 people get to take part, and 56,000 people took part this year, which is a world record. But 850,000 people will apply. 850,000 people will apply for a marathon place. So you have a 2% chance of being picked. There's no criteria for it. You just basically apply, and if you're one of the lucky 2%, you'll get into the marathon in 2026. So apply by Friday, and you find out in July. And if you're one of the lucky 2%, you will be able to race, and you better start preparing. Yeah, July to April is about the right training period, and having trained, you're then good to go. But do take it seriously. Now, let's come back to the draw. The draw is that 56,000 people out of 850,000 people have got in. What happens to the other 790,000 people? Right, okay, now this is where charity places come in, and it's very simple. The charities in the UK buy places from the marathon organisers. They actually pay in cash for places. So if you don't get a place in the main draw, despite having paid, you don't have to pay to get in the draw. Okay, I'm not going to complicate things. If you don't get into if you don't get selected, then what you do then is you decide that you're going to run for a charity. Now, you basically, if you go to the marathon page, Marathon 2026 page, it will show you all the charities that have placed the bought places in the London Marathon 2026. They are reserved places. Now, the next stage is crucial. You decide which charity you're going to run for. Yeah, and basically you've got a free choice: cancer research, Alzheimer's, all the charities are in there, and you apply for a place. But you've got to do that pretty soon. And Lynn, I am live, so thank you for the invite anyway. So you decide your charity, but as soon as the results come out, the ballot results come out, you need to be applying for places. The most powerful charities have the most places, and they will go first. Okay, and I don't want to get info on the UK local elections. Just a reminder, I've just got in the studio, I've just got a reminder. In the UK, local elections take place on Thursday. Please vote if your town is having an election on Thursday. Please vote this Thursday. Thank you for the reminder, TikTok, and I can get more info on that. And how many charities are there? There are literally hundreds of charities. We heard of a small charity buying 2 places. Yeah. And basically the way that it works is that the more money a charity has, the more places it can buy, the more places it can bestow. But here's the kicker. If you want a charity place, you have to guarantee to raise funds. Yeah. So they're not going to just give you the place. Yeah. You have to say, I know I'm going to actually do the marathon. Okay. I'm not just thinking about it. I'm going to do it. And the second thing is I promise to raise funds for your charity. Okay. I'm going to publicize it everywhere. All my friends are going to contribute. Yeah. But I promise to pay you £3,000. Now, I'm giving £3,000 as an example because it goes downward from there. Depending on, and I'm going to say popularity here, but depending on the sort of presence of the charity. Confused.com, hi! We're talking about London Marathon. We're talking about the fact that you've not got a ballot place. We're now talking about running for charity at London Marathon. And I've just said that if you apply to a charity, you've got to say you're going to do it. And also, in addition to that, you have to say you're going to raise money. Yeah. And the top charities know that people want places. Tens of thousands of people want places. So basically, they would say, raise £3,000 for us. Yeah. And if you raise that that's what you've got to guarantee. Now, it's not as if you can't sort of open a charity page for one of these charities and take no donations. Doesn't work because you're guaranteeing that you will raise £3,000. And what's more, you will pay that money before the Marathon 2026. Now, it does vary slightly with the charity, but you've got to pay £3,000 into the charity before race day. Yeah. So they know they've got the money. Now, the charities do look after you. They will send you the t-shirt, they'll send you support, they'll send you a training program. You're not getting nothing for it. You're actually getting somebody who will support you through the marathon. Now, in 2020, last year when Angelica ran, I went down to the London Marathon and to the embankment at London, and I became part of the Mind team. I wore a Mind t-shirt, and for the whole day I was part of the Mind team, cheering on everybody who ran the marathon, who ran along the embankment, which is everybody who ran. Okay, and we had things that made noise and just cheering out and celebrating and shouting people's names out. And Lynn, I've got to decline. Okay. Basically, I do apologize if I'm getting this wrong, but this broadcast, let's just put this up here for a moment. This broadcast is actually for it's for everybody who's watching, and thank you everybody who's coming, but it's also for Royston Radio. Okay, right, back to the marathon. So you've not got a ballot place, and you've said to Cancer Research, I will pay you £3,000 before Marathon 2026, and that's it, done, dusted. That's the larger charities, £3,000. As you come down the charity list, and they're listed in sort of how many millions in donations they get. Further down, you'll find smaller charities, and those smaller charities won't have as many places as Cancer Research or Mind or Alzheimer's Society, but they will have places. And basically, they won't want as much. They won't want £3,000. For the same place, they would ask you to raise £1,500. Yeah, and when Angelica raced in 2024, she guaranteed to raise £1,500, and she did. And all that money is going to charity. It's going to a good cause. And you know you've got to have that £1,500 paid to the charity before the race takes place. Yeah, but again, even the smaller charities will give you full support. Now over to Corinda, who's got a question. So does the charity pay you as well as you run? No. Charities pay the London Marathon Company. Yeah, they buy a place. Sorry, I didn't get this right. They buy a place from London Marathon Company, and then they sell it to you. They buy it from London Marathon and sell it to you. Yeah, that's the way it works. And then you undertake to raise £1,500, £3,000, and the charity are making this to raise money for. It's the greatest single event for charity in the UK. Yeah, 56. Everyone, apart from the elite, every one of the 56,000 people who completed the course yesterday was raising money for charity. And it could have been, well, apart from the ballot winners, it could have been, yeah, it could have been a ballot winner, it could have been somebody raised for charity, but everybody is raising money for charity. It's the biggest charity event, live charity event in the UK. That's why it's so important. That's why it gets so much coverage. And that's Alexa in the background. Alexa's telling me Alexa, stop. Alexa's telling me I've got 20 minutes left of this broadcast. And thank you to everybody who's watching live. Thank you to Corinda, Confused.com. And what's the biggest charity? I don't know. If anybody knows what the biggest charity is.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Alexa, stop. If anybody knows what the biggest charity is, then please ask. I'm going to say that Cancer Research, Mind, Alzheimer's Society, all those charities are going to be up there. If you know the largest charity in the UK, can you please type it in the comments? Okay, and that would help Corinda and it will help me. I'll certainly find out for next week, Corinda. Okay, so basically, London Marathon is brilliant because one, anybody who can run wants to run the London Marathon. Yeah. If you ask people which race do you want to run, they'd say New York Marathon, Boston Marathon, Berlin Marathon. Yeah. But London Marathon is top of the tree. Yeah, it's the one everybody goes for. And because we're in MenCap, I've got the answer from Corinda, and the answer is the biggest charity is MenCap. Thank you, Corinda. So everybody wants to race the London Marathon. Now, just a note here, you don't have to run it. If you were, I'm just going to give you an example. If you were to walk the 26 miles consistently, then it would take you, just walk it, not run it. It would take you 8.5 hours to walk 26 miles. You've got to have the stamina. Yeah. You've got to keep going, but you can walk 26 miles in 8.5 hours. Now, I'm going to come to your comments in a minute, Corinda. People do walk the London Marathon. They start off jogging and then they walk. And basically, it's the same 26 miles, whether you run the whole in Asafi, who actually won the men's marathon, ran 26 miles in 2 hours and 2 minutes. That is 13 miles a minute. 13 miles an hour. Okay, correct myself. 13 miles an hour, which is incredible. To run at 13 miles an hour for 2 hours and to come in first, way ahead of everybody else, is just incredible athleticism. So there are athletes running the London Marathon and they can do it. I want to say Alex Yee, who is our very own Olympic medal winner, Alex Yee. I've got another message coming through. I don't know what that was. Alex Yee came eighth. He was the first Brit to cross, well, 13th. I'm being corrected now. So Alex Yee, who is our gold medal at the Olympics winner, he did it, his first ever marathon, in 2 hours 15 minutes, which is just incredible. So you've got people who can run the marathon, 13 miles an hour, and you've got people who can walk the marathon at 3 miles an hour. And the whole spectrum is there. Let's go over to Corinda. And Corinda is saying, and last year I saw a guy wearing a Santa suit running the London Marathon. Yes, people do dress up in a Santa suit, telephone boxes, sharks, you name it. Is it true that people use GoPro to run in a marathon? We're talking, oh right, okay. And the pitch has changed. And sorry, it's confused.com, which is saying last year, the biggest charity is cancer research. Thank you, Empowered and MenCap. Thank you, brilliant. I'm catching up now and getting up to date, not confused anymore. And confused.com is saying last year I saw a guy wearing a Santa suit running the London Marathon. Incredible, these people. And over to Corinda, is it true that people use GoPro to run the marathon? GoPro mobile phone. I personally, if I was running the London Marathon, I wouldn't be carrying a mobile. I wouldn't be videoing it. My concentration would be on finishing the marathon, enjoying it, enjoying the crowds. I mean, tens of thousands of people lining the streets. It must be something amazing to experience. And around Cutty Sark, all the landmarks, to actually be able to visit 6 different landmarks during the marathon, during the 26 miles. It starts off in Docklands and it snakes all the way through London. And it must be, listening to Angelica, who did it last year, it is an amazing event, an amazing experience. We sat down this year, 2025, we sat down, we watched the marathon start, we followed the elite runners until they finished. So we saw the winners in the men's and women's races and the wheelchair race. And then we had to go into the cleaning. So that basically stopped us from watching for hours. So everybody who's dropped in and said anything or just said hello. Confused.com, thanks. Hi, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Back next Monday, 6:30. And thank you for joining. Okay. Anyway, having got this right, having talked about the marathon for 20 minutes, I suppose now will be a good time for me to say that I've applied to run the marathon in 2026. So I have applied to run the marathon in 2026. My application has gone in, and I shall hear in July whether I was successful in the ballot. If I am successful in the ballot, I'll tell TikTok first. I promise you, I will tell TikTok first about my being successful in the ballot in the London Marathon. If I don't, this is good. If I don't get a place, well, Angelica's applied. She did it first. Now I've applied. I would love for Angelica to get a place in London Marathon 2026. Second, I would love that I get one, but I prefer that Angelica gets it. If we both get one, brilliant. Now, if I don't get a ballot place, then I will seriously consider raising money for charity. So that's where I'm at. I actually want to do, I have my own desire to actually do the London Marathon. And thank you everybody who's watching live. Thank you everybody who's listening on Racing Radio. I'm glad things are going so well. And so that's the marathon side of it. And I just want to say just thank you to everybody. So I'm in the London Marathon ballot. I shouldn't say that. I never thought I'd say that, but I'm so enthused by watching it on Sunday and by Angelica going for a second time. If Angelica's going for a second marathon, it can't all be bad, can it? Okay, I just want to close a few things down. Oh, let's try this. Let's go here. I'm not going anywhere. I should be back in a second if all things are equal, or I'm going to break it. No, nothing's happening. I'm going to stay where I am, say hello to Gareth, and I should be back in 3, 2, 1. And we're actually doing, on Saturday, we're actually doing the Swindon Race for Life. So it's the Race for Life in Swindon, and we're doing it this Saturday. Is the Race for Life, and we will be there, and I'm quite looking forward to it. So that's it. I'm going to come back to me. Okay, so this weekend is the Race for Life, 10k in Swindon. If you're running the Race for Life in Swindon and you see me there, just say hello. Yeah, I know hundreds, if not thousands of people will be in Swindon on Saturday to run 5k or 10k, and I'm so looking forward to being one of them with my partner Angelica and her daughter, and we'll be running for cancer research. And I want to say thank you to Empowered earlier, who said MenCap and cancer research, and confused.com. Okay. To everybody who's actually commented today, thank you. To everybody who's watching live at this very moment, thank you. And if you listen on Royston Radio, thank you again. Right, okay, now I'm enjoying my time so much on TikTok that I decided I'm going to start a second broadcast. What happens with this broadcast is I practice on a Monday at 6:30. I go live on a Tuesday at 6:30. I broadcast for an hour. The audio goes to Royston Radio. And basically, it's a structured show. Stephen, hello and welcome back. And also say hello to Shigano. Welcome. Okay, and Ufav has joined as well. So this video is on Royston Radio on Friday at 2 o'clock. That's the way that this works. Then I'm going to do a new show on TikTok. And this is the first anybody's heard about it. I haven't told anybody. I haven't told Angelica. Thank you for all the likes, and thank you for everybody who's watching live. This is Stephen. I'm just going to scroll down here and make sure I've not missed anything. Now, the other thing I've got to say is the light here. I'm not using any room lights. I'm not using any freestanding lights. The light on the broadcast today has been pretty darn good. Okay, so new show. And the new show is live video production. 3 weeks ago, I put up, when I do a show, I build an agenda. And I did an agenda for a show I did for OneStream Live, which was how to build your audience, how to get more viewers. And what I'm going to be doing with my new show is basically what I've been doing for the last 10 years. Which is sharing with you hints, tips and tricks and insider knowledge as to how you can grow your audience. Whether it be on TikTok, whether it be on Facebook, whether YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever it is, I'm going to help you build an audience, and that's what it's all about. And it's called live video production. Let me type that in. Moroccan hello, and I'm going to type that in. Just give me a second to type. So and thank you for joining me. Just a minute. Live video production. And it's waiting for that to come through. Right, so in the comments now, you can see that I have typed live video production, and I should see it in a second. Yep. Okay. And gotta go live video production. I think I typed it, should have gone, should appear in a moment. Okay, and thank you to everybody who's joining. This is Stephen in wonderful Wiltshire in England. I'm fortunate, I live in Wiltshire in England, and I live close to Stonehenge. I live close to Salisbury Cathedral. I live close to Avebury. It's a great place for walking, and I enjoy walking, and I was out for a walk this morning. I did a 4-mile walk. I think by now my Garmin has charged, so it's time to put the Garmin back on because it's now fully charged. One of the things that I said earlier about doing a live broadcast like this is I can put my phone on charge, I can put my Garmin watch on charge, I can put my iPad on charge, so that when I finish the broadcast, everything's fully charged. And that's the magic of it, of going live. Okay, now, if you've any questions about live broadcasting, then I am going to be live video production, and we will do some recorded sessions with my fellow broadcasters, and we'll bring the recorded sessions into. I'm going to do some testing as to how long a video I can actually bring in. Just let me close 1 or 2 things down. Just let me close that. Don't need that anymore. Right, so I've just closed a couple of things down, and hopefully things will stabilize. Yeah, okay, and yeah. Right, now the thing about, you've probably gathered by now, during the course of Tuesday, Monday night and Tuesday, I work out what I'm going to talk about during the live broadcast, because I've got 60 minutes to fill. There's only me on screen. So what I do, I practice everything in my head. I do a run through of the show before I actually go live. Now, being able to talk for 60 minutes with no script is an art, but it is a learned art. Louis, hello. You can learn how to do this. We're not born able to live broadcast. You can learn how to do it. And I'm going to teach you how to do it, how to come live on screen, look directly at the camera and attract an audience. And that's what it's all about. I mean, basically, we do this to share our knowledge, to share our expertise, and to meet people. Live broadcasting is the best way of doing that. I've made friends around the world through live broadcasting. I'm fortunate. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and the thing that I enjoy is that every broadcast is different. Today we had Corinda in, we had Confused.com in. In fact, I've lost track of some of the people who came in earlier, but I love the fact that different people join the broadcast, and that directs the broadcast. Every time Corinda or Empowered Extend, every time Corinda asks me a question, then I've got something to talk about, and that's what makes the show. What you want to do is to reach out to people and Shigano, thank you very much. And if you've got any comments, please do say. If you just want to say hello and tell me where you're watching from, I do appreciate you're sticking around, as it were. But basically, I've got 2 minutes of this flare left, and it's been very successful. I just want to say thank you to TikTok. When I came here, okay, and when I came here, I didn't know what to expect, and it's just been an amazing experience to actually broadcast live on TikTok. I mean, I broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, everywhere. And okay, and I just want to say, wait a minute, I can't get rid of that. I'm stuck. Okay, I want to say a big thank you for watching me live today. Have a great week, and I'll see you all again next Monday and Tuesday at 6:30. Bye for now. Oh, I'm still live, aren't I? Just a minute. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. And I have a problem Okay, let me just try and stop this. I'm stuck. Live during your current live, complete the verification. I can't complete the verification because it says I have no internet connection. Refresh. I'm going to press the refresh. Okay. The thing is, when you're panicking, I've got